Okay, here's just another idea of what I'm surrounded by. There are just fifth wheels and RVs everywhere. I'm down this way. Way down this way. Can you see me down there? That's me. In my tiny ass little camper. Amongst fifth wheel. After fifth wheel. After Class A. After fifth wheel. Yeah. I will not be camping here again. At least not during remotely camping season. Holy crap. Alright. Just talked to the guy in the tent. He'd be a boating camper too, but he's got a boat he pulls, so it's one or the other. Guess he's more of a fisherman than I am. Anyway, we're gonna sit down here. We're gonna make some dinner. Oh man, you know, the longer these cook, the better they are. Oh my goodness, that's yummy. Yeah, we're gonna let them cook. Why not? They're just getting better and better the longer they cook. When do I say good enough is good enough? I don't know, that's pretty damn tasty. Well, I think that's time to call it. Those things are delicious. All right, so breakfast tomorrow, dinner tonight. Split this in half. Good. Dinner's ready. May not be the most appetizing looking meal, but I'm telling you, that's delicious. Well, I'm going to move over to the table and eat. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than that. Honestly, that's that's a good meal. Super basic. I think some asparagus really would have made it, but that's pretty yummy. Hey. Well, if you're in Olathe, Kansas area, and you're looking for a cigar, Fireside Cigars. That's the place you want to go. It's my shop. Well, it's not my shop. It's the shop I go to. If you're looking for cigars, you're camping out in Kansas, and you're near Kansas City, I would highly recommend Fireside Cigars. They've got a great humidor, great staff, great lounge. Check them out. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a bit of an experiment. Think of it as a mini solo stove. I put some wood pellets in it, and we're doing a little campfire. You get wood, $5, $7, $9 a bundle. It's a little bit expensive.
Mama's not even out.
Good.
How you doing?
Hey, neighbor.
I'm having a good time.
You're my neighbor. Across the way. Yeah.
Which way are you? You over back that way?
He's right there, and then we're over in the white surveyor.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yep.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you too, brother.
So that's just an example. People have been super friendly around here. So as I was saying, this is a bit of an experiment. A cheap Chinese knockoff solo stove, mini micro solo stove. Firewood's expensive. I don't need a big fire. I just like a little fire. And I'm trying this out with the pellets. I heard they burn pretty well, so we're giving it a shot tonight. Let's see what happens. They lit pretty easy. Well, if you light them from the top, they're pretty easy. If you light them from the bottom, it's just nothing but smoke. As you probably saw from earlier. So, this is not bad. I mean, it doesn't put out a lot of heat, but I don't give a shit. I just want a campfire. Look at me making new friends and having a good time. It does put out enough heat to, warm your hands, but I don't think it's drawing enough air. Let's put some more pellets in and see what happens. I bet it's going to smother it. Yep. It's too small. That fire's too small. It's smoking. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'll bet this works better at a larger scale. But it's smoking again. All right, we'll let these burn out and we'll probably call it a night. Hopefully they catch fire again and don't just smoke out the whole neighborhood. Come on. Burst into flame. Come on. Yeah, I think it's just not big enough. Doesn't have enough surface area. Okay, time to cook some breakfast. Don't need butter yet. We'll do some bacon first. This fillet knife makes a pretty good little kitchen knife in a camper. It's thin, it's sharp. Ain't no messing around with this thing. Let that pan heat up a little bit. Well, I met some of my neighbors last night. Nice enough folks. They're locals here, just out for the weekend. We're gonna do a little fishing and camping. They invited me to go out on their boat today. We'll see. May or may not do that. A little windy out here. Like I said 2 weeks ago, springtime in Kansas, it's going to be windy. I'm going to do a drive-through of the campgrounds later. It's pretty full out here. This little loop I'm in, it looks like it's only got one open spot. Maybe two. Other than the guy in a tent, I think I'm in the smallest camper here. It was chilly last night. Had to have been in about the 30s. At least that's what my body told me. Awesome. Gotta love the early morning dog barking. I think we can get 4 slices in there. We'll call that good. It's just a little high. That's a little more like I wanted. Nothing quite like sizzling bacon. Delicious. Ooh, I'd say that's a little crispy, a little too crispy. See if we can flip these with a fork. Survey says not bad. Not as good. Nope, already broke that one. Oh well. I'm going to say those are done. I like them a little runny. And I like them a little overcooked. sun is right in my eyes. Much better. Oh yeah. Crunchy bacon. My wife prefers it very crunchy. I just prefer bacon. It doesn't matter to me how it's cooked. Weather forecast says it's going to be cloudy today, but it's not very cloudy at the moment. It's got a lot of sun. Looks nice. I'm sure. You know, weather forecaster's never wrong, right? Oh, my eggs actually really good. I was afraid they were really, really burnt, but that's pretty good. Nice bacon fried egg. There it is, Eisenhower State Park. Named after President Eisenhower, who was from Kansas. State highway system was also named after President Eisenhower. So now this is Churchill, which is where I am parked. And as you can see, there are a few empty spots, but everybody in here is in a bigger rig. Again, look at all the fifth wheels. There's a couple of big Class A's in here. I know that guy didn't pull that thing with that Tacoma. That can't be right. That's a big rig there. Holy smokes. Well, you can't see me because of the angle of the camera, but I'm off to the left here. Tiny little camper. Down this way is where the scouts are at. We're going to drive through their little camp area here in a second. Out here in tents. Awesome. Got their scout trailer with all their gear. Fantastic. Looks like they're doing some fishing. That guy's got a whole fence set up. A couple of Weimaraners. Yeah, these spots are really tight. I'm going to enjoy my weekend, but I don't know that... Oh, look at that thing. Cantilevered out the back. Wow, that's something else. So, like I was saying, I'm going to enjoy my 2 days out here, but I don't know that I would come back to Eisenhower. It's just a little too crowded for my taste. Again, people are friendly, but holy smokes, it's just, if you want to get out and get away from people, this is not the place to get away from people. I think there's more people here than there is in my neighborhood. You know, I guess part of that is, you know, living in Kansas, there's not a lot of BLM land or, you know, boondocking opportunities in Kansas. There's just not a lot of publicly available property that you can do that. Got a fair few state parks. We've got some state fishing lakes that are free to camp at, but I went to Osage State Fishing Park 2 weeks ago. On my way down to Pomona, I was going to originally stay at Osage, and there was only really 3 camping spots, and 2 of them were taken, and one of them looked a little sketchy. So I wasn't really feeling it. And I happened to see that Pomona was just a few miles away, so I went down there, and thankfully they were open. But you know, those free state fishing lake camping spots there's not a lot of them, and the people who live nearby probably take them up far more often than not. Everybody's out trying to camp, I guess, and it's just, you know, hard to come by a spot. You know, if I live down in Colorado, or, you know, even back up in the Black Hills, where there's all that, you know, Forest Service property that you can go and camp on, get away from people, that, you know, that would be more my speed. But I live in Kansas, and so I've got to live with what I've got. I think I'm going to try and hit all the state parks this year, or all the Kansas state parks, as many as I can. You can check them all out. I mean, I'm sure they're not all the same. I'll bet they're fairly similar, though. Maybe western Kansas will be a little less crowded. Here, I'm only an hour and 20 minutes from Kansas City, and there's a lot of people out this part of the state. So maybe western Kansas will be a little bit better, but. Yeah, I think my boondocking and off-grid outings are going to be a little bit sparse, unless I really, you know, take the time to make a road trip out of it. And with changing jobs this year, I just don't know how much of that's going to happen. I, you know, lost a lot of PTO time. The op tempo for my job has dropped dramatically in the last couple of years, especially post-COVID. So I don't earn as much extra PTO as I used to when I had a lot more travel time. So I don't know. This year's might be a little more difficult to get out. Hopefully next year will be a little bit better. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.